next up we have Christie Ann Reynolds and Jenny Holzer. I just want to bracket for a second that I have questions on what means hipster and what means bisexual. Okay. Those are my questions. So
I meant to start by saying too that that was a fictional piece.
Right.
Not
Just not a dragon.
Oh, it's just text.
But these are questions that are coming up.
Covered it up.
Right. That was a short story. Okay. So Christie Ann Reynolds is the author of Revenge Poems, Super Machine 2010, and her first full length is forthcoming from Coconut Books this year, right? October. She is co-curator of the reading series Totem, which is a poetry and film series. Please welcome Christie Ann.
I have a feeling I will probably go over the time, but we'll see.
Did you say as well? Yeah. We're just going to keep the trend going.
Well, I'm referring to long go. To long go. So I wrote an essay this morning, which I was just going to set up notes and then talk, and then it turned into this other thing, which I actually feel better about having something prepared. But so you guys can take a look at this book. I might reference one or two points within it, but is everybody familiar with Jenny Holzer? She's an artist. So she's a, I see some yes and no's. She's a, she works primarily with text, but her services have included everything from carved Venetian marble in Venice to skin to plaques. She does a lot with electronic projections onto buildings, and then also LED light panels, whether it's ceilings or they're propped against the wall. So this was the Guggenheim. She does something like this. And there are a number of series that she's worked within. She's most famous for her truisms, which are like this. And a series called Lustmord, I'm probably not pronouncing it correctly, that I'll refer to in that essay. This is titled Protect Me. Sorry. Protect me from what I feel. I am Jenny Holzer's long-lost daughter. Sorry. My mother had no idea what to name me when she was pregnant. It came down to Natasha. She loved Natasha Richardson. Megan, a character from the Thornbirds. Natalie, a variation of Natasha that my grandmother said she would accept. One day she saw a beautiful blonde on the back of a man's motorcycle. They were at a light, and my mother freaked out when she realized who it was. Billy Joel and Christie Brinkley. I grew up on eastern Long Island, and in the early 80s, it was not uncommon to see Billy on his way out to the Hamptons. His favorite restaurant, Lombardi's, and also my mother's favorite, was down the street from the house I would grow up in. My mother took this sighting as an omen. A few weeks later, I was named Christie Ann. I've heard this story over and over, and while most of my family is brunette and curly, as a child I had this idea I would morph into a mini version of Christie Brinkley, that my green eyes would turn blue and my brown hair would turn blonde. The closest I got to Christie Brinkley was dancing to Uptown Girl, my first tap recital. Just yours. I don't know if my mother's anecdote about my namesake was the phylogeny of this Christie Brinkley idea, but at different points in my life, I've also been convinced I'm the long-lost daughter of someone else, an influential female writer or notable perhaps. I think this feeling was a way to explain the distance I often felt from my family, a distance I've realized most creative children feel when they grow up in a repressed or non-creative environment. I loved my family, but there was always this feeling and desire. There's always this feeling that I couldn't possibly have come from them. Therefore, I was always looking for a way to explain my differences, my identity. Maybe I'm a descendant of Mary Wollstonecraft Shelley. My favorite book was Frankenstein. Maybe I'm Gloria Steinem's biological daughter. My teenage years were shaped by membership of the National Organization for Women and working for Planned Parenthood, where I organized voting rallies and Students for Women's Rights March. Reading Sylvia Plath. It's a really long series, I'll read them too, that I wrote as a result of that experience. And some of the text is appropriated, but most of it's my own. I walk in. I see you. I watch you. I talk. I touch your hair. Who did this to me? Who made me show you? I show you. I don't ask. I'm crying so hard. There was a little bit of blood. I deserved it. I buried it. Same silver as a bullet through a werewolf blitz. I think I'm mourning. Is it what you call an I cannot breathe or eat moment? I cannot walk. I cry. I cry out. I pulse. I smell my sheet. I smell it on my sheet. I cover you. I shelter you. I walk away to explain. I wake of you in my bed. I wake of you in my bed. I feel your hand move, and the pain is your signature. I'll just read one more. You feel the jerk of pleasure when there is no safe place to sleep. There is no safe place to sleep. And over my dead body, say it loud. And saying it loud makes it easy to get millions of people on a continent to pledge allegiance is turning soft and lovely anytime they give you the chance to flourish amongst or hover near lovely conscious life forms that offer no resistance to the silly holes in people for the breeding or the shooting.